Hey everybody, welcome back to Chin Fat. In this episode, I'm continuing the instruction on color grading in Davinci Resolve 20 here. And I've so far gone through brightness and contrast node, the balance node, and now we're going to go through the saturation node and talk about color grading with saturation. And then next we'll go over secondaries and skin tones as well, which is another type of secondary, but we'll talk about those in upcoming episodes. So let's jump right into the saturation here. When you're working with saturation, you want to bring up your Vectorscope. Your Vectorscope is the scope down here that measures saturation levels. And what we've got, and we went over this in a previous episode, but these are basically saturation limits according to broadcast rules. These are kind of antiquated rules here, but this is just more used for a recommendation now rather than they used to have broadcast legality, which means you could not go past these saturation points and your project would not be worthy or able to be shown on a broadcast television station. So, but yeah, we've adopted this for color grading just to show our saturation and trying to match saturation from shots to shot here. So what we're going to do here is work with our saturation slider, which is right here. So right here at the bottom left-hand corner below the gain, you see that saturation knob right there. So we're doing this on this specific node here. We've done a brightness and contrast grade. We've done a balance grade. Let's turn those off really quick. Command D to turn that off, Command D, and show you 1.1 at a time what's happened. Here's our original image here, and we're going to click on the brightness and contrast, hit Command D to turn that on, or Control D, and that was our brightness and contrast adjustment there, and this one is our balance. Watch the balance shift there. It takes a little bit of the warmth out of it and cools it off just a little bit. And now we're going to go up to saturation and work on that node. So let's go Option F, make this a little bit bigger so you can kind of see what we're doing here. Keep in mind that saturation, we'll go through secondary color grading, but saturation right now will change the saturation of the entire image. That once again, this is called a global color grade and not a secondary color grade, which will select very specific colors like blue or yellow and just work with those and not change anything else in your image except for the yellows or the blues. Let's turn up our saturation here and just show you what's going on here. From this middle point right there, if all this kind of flaring out here is how much saturation I have in my image, and let's make this a little bigger to show what we're looking at here. All right, now that we've got a bigger look at this, from the middle point here, this represents desaturation, and then you have your colors red, yellow, green, cyan, blue, and magenta. And that is representative of this color wheel down here, which has the reds in the exact same location, has the cyans in the exact location, and as you rotate around that, it's basically representing that color wheel. The reason why these are positioned in a circular manner here is because if you go from one here, like the magenta, and go right through the middle point or to the other side, this is the opposite color of magenta. And if you go over this direction, that is the opposite color of green. So where magenta exists, green does not. Where green exists, magenta does not. And that's the same for any one of these colors. If you travel all the way through this midpoint, even if you go in between blue and cyan here, and you move across here to that point, the color that you're getting up here is different than the color that you're getting down here. They're basically opposites, or what they call complementary colors. Because especially when you have those two colors on screen, it tends to make them pop a lot more. They're very contrasty against each other. But if we grab our saturation, watch what happens is we grab our saturation and drag it down. Look how all this flaring just sucks into this little point there and then is gone. If it's all sucked into that point, that represents desaturation, which means you are left with a black and white image. Now, as we start to saturate this, watch this, as we start bringing it up, it will start flaring in these different directions. It is showing saturation in different areas here, that we have kind of a push toward the red, a little spike toward the blue there, and we have a little spike toward the yellow. I'm guessing the blue spike here is because of the blue on the arm right here that we're getting on the shirt, and that yellow spike right there going off is probably from these flowers. They're very kind of saturated, very colorful, but we're going to find a level of saturation that suits us. And right now we're not necessarily correcting them, because the only way we would want to correct them is if you, from the middle point, if you go about halfway, the general rule is about halfway between any of these colors here, that's where your color starts looking like it's going to be oversaturated. As approximately halfway out here, it will start looking oversaturated. Let's show you an example of an oversaturated image here. I'm just going to drag that bloom way out. And now these colors, the blue, the skin tone, and the yellows here, those are just like bleeding colors now. So yeah, that's just like bleeding yellow, bleeding blue. And once again, the yellow is past that halfway point. That is not like a very specific technical rule. It's just generally speaking, when you're eyeballing it, about halfway across is going to be too much saturation. So let's go back to what this was before. This is at 50, it starts at 50. And I do want a little bit more color in this. It seems like it's a little bit muted. Let's go to maybe like 60 and see we get there. And I'm going to hit Command D. The yellow is almost about halfway there. But let's hit Command D and look at and turn our node off there. There's before, very subtle. There's after. It just kind of boosts those colors a little bit more. Let's exaggerate them even more, maybe to 70, just to show you the difference here. That's at 70 right there. Now watch the colors as I hit Command D. And you can see it kind of mute the colors in the blues and the yellows and just all around it in the skin. And let's do Command D again. And that brings a little bit more color. I'm liking that. That's looking pretty good right there. So we're just using the scope just to make sure that we're not getting a terrible amount of saturation or not bleeding saturation in certain parts. But that looks really good to me. And then what I'm going to do next is as I'm color grading other clips as well, we're going to try to match this look. And that will be in an upcoming episode. But that's dealing with saturation there. You can, and like I said, if you want to make something a little more sad and make it like kind of depressing, you might want to desaturate a little bit without killing the colors completely. Let's go back to 50. That's where it starts at right there. That's coming out of the camera there. But I'm going to grab saturation and let's drag it down to 40. And now it's starting to look a little muted there. Let's go down to even 30. I'll just type in 30 there. Double click in there, type in 30. And now let's do the before and after. Let's go Command D. There's regular there and Command D, and there's muted. We're still having yellows. We're still having blues. That's feeling a little bit more kind of, I guess, sad. I don't know. If you zoom out and look at that, I guess we could, if we wanted to, we could do a little bit more contrast on this. So I'm going to go, and contrast will affect the saturation and will affect the look, even though that was a node that we worked on previously. Let's go back to our brightness and contrast, and I'm going to try to make this look kind of more sad. Maybe I'll undo this when I'm done, but watch this. I'm going to go contrast, and we're going to contrast it up, make a heavier contrast, change my pivot point here, get a little brighter. There we go. Now I've got a heavier contrast. Let's go to our balance here, and we're going to push this off more toward the blues here. We're going to go on our curves down here and hit our blue, and we're going to kind of add a little bluish hue to this to kind of make it a little more desaturated and sad looking. And that's a completely different look right there. So now the look that we get is what is a little bluish, a little bit more contrasty, and a little bit desaturated, which gives us a completely different look. Let's contrast that with going the opposite direction with our saturation here. So here's where we were originally on our contrast here. We're going to go to our saturation and boost that up to, let's go to 70 like we did before. Hit return, and look how that brought the vibrant colors back to this image here. We go to balance, and we could even warm this up a little bit so I'm on my balance node here, and we're going to warm that up just a little bit. And now if we look at this one and comparing that with our previous screen, we've got two completely different looks. We've got one that's kind of happy and more colorful, and the other one's a little bit sad and muted saturation there. So, and those are two different looks. Okay, well that's it for this episode. In the next episode, we are going to be going through secondary color grading. These first three have been global right there, which affect the overall image, and this one is going to be specifically affecting secondaries, which once again is choosing a specific color hue like yellow or blue or red, and either emphasizing those or de-emphasizing them without affecting the overall image. So that's it for this episode. Thanks for watching Chin Fat, and be sure to catch the next one.